I'm going to have my comments on my phone. Okay, bye. Hello. I don't know if anyone's on yet. Hey, Thomas. Thank you for commenting. Hey, Jake. Yay. See, I'm trying to figure it out now. So before we get started, y'all just let me know. Can you hear me okay? Hi, Anita. Lainey. I can't figure out how to do my comments. Okay, thanks, Kelly. So you can hear me. Is the lighting? Can y'all see everything okay? My house is kind of dark, so I turned on all the lights and opened all the windows. Hey, Tim. Just wait one more minute for those that are still logging in for 2 o'clock. Y'all let me know if I need to get closer. I know my texters, Anita and Kelly, are on so that they can help me. Oh, look. I have to scroll down for more comments. Hey, Luana. Hi, Louisa. Audrey's here. Ryan. Monica. Jeffrey. Hey, miss you too. Thanks, Kelly. I guess I might have to scroll down to keep seeing the comments. Oh, there we go. Hi, Louisa. Okay, maybe now we're cooking. Hi, Jamie. Thank you. Welcome back. Kind of. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to have my phone on standby. It's my first live video. So thanks, everyone, for joining and putting up with me. Hey, Sydney. Hi, Patrick. Jackie. Amanda. Hey. It's good to see everyone on. Miss you too, Lainey. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Morisa Myrick with Launchability Career Services at My Possibilities. So I know a lot of the hipsters, but for those of you that I don't know, I probably don't know you because I'm really not in the building or on campus very much, because a lot of what I do is out and about in the community at different job sites where our clients and hipsters are working or where they're doing some kind of job training. So that's why I'm not in the building a whole lot. You might see me teaching job clubs sometimes or just upstairs in the office a little bit. But I wanted to do a video on stalking. That's a job that we see a lot of people getting in different kinds of environments. So it could be stalking at a grocery store, at a hospital, anywhere really where there's a lot of supplies that people use all the time. So since I'm at home, I don't have a lot of extra supplies lying around, but I do have canned goods that we're going to practice with and show you how to stock and check some expiration dates. And we're also going to talk about customer service skills throughout the video. I know y'all have heard a lot about some different customer service tips through some of the other videos with Julia and Kelly. So we're going to kind of weave those in on how you might do that with a stalking job. Just going to check to make sure. Hi, Luana. Leslie, hi. Keisha, awesome. Joseph, hey. All right, I think we're rolling. Okay, so we'll kind of start with, I don't have a lot of shelves. Normally at the grocery store, you know, you see aisles with shelves and lots of shelves, really tall, really low on the ground. So if your job is stocking at a grocery store, um, there's a lot of levels that you would have to go through. But today, since we're all at home, we're just going to use the counter and the stovetop to see what we can do with our cans. I also want y'all to let me know, there's going to be a couple of questions throughout, so make sure and comment the answers, and if not, if you don't know the answer, we'll learn together, right? So first we'll kind of start, it's a mess right now, so one of the things that some people that work in the grocery stores have to do, they're called go-backs or put-backs, and that is when maybe a customer gets up to the front and checks out at the register and they decide they don't want something, or it's maybe a return. And so it might be a whole shopping cart full of a bunch of different random groceries, right? And so the first step with that would be to go to your putbacks. And so that is a job that we trained on a lot. We job coach a fair amount. So we'll kind of start with sorting. So I have a couple of things that might be similar and a lot of things that are just random and different, right? So, and it doesn't really matter if you can read the words on it. Sometimes they're fancy words like this one. I don't know if you can see it. That kind of has a fancy name on it, Vidalia onions. You don't have to know what that is. That doesn't really matter, because really the first part of sorting is looking at the different colors and the pictures on the labels. So since not everything is exactly the same, we're going to start there. So I've got a yellow and a green. So I've got some squash here, green beans here. But really I'm just looking at the pictures and the colors right now. Hi, Summer. So I'm gonna decide to put yellow over here, I think, and maybe I'll start with. Well, there's another. I don't know. That doesn't match. There's some green. I'm gonna put green on this side. So then we're gonna continue with that. That matches. So I'm gonna put all these that will kind of look the same. Show you there the pictures. Apparently, I really like these. I have many of them. See, these are exactly the same. So we're going to explore in a minute what to do when things are exactly the same. That's kind of step 2. Let's see, what else do we have? I've got my green beans here. There's another green bean. They look a little bit different, but on the picture and the color, you can tell they're both green beans. I don't know if you can on the video, but they are. I wouldn't lie to you. Promise. What else do we have? We got more green beans. I'll put them over here. More squash. Really like squash, y'all. This is yellow. This is yellow if I'm just looking at the picture and the colors, but it's quite different from the other yellow can. So I'm going to put it close, but not with it, because this is a vegetable and this is actually some fruit. So if you're putting them on the shelves in the grocery store, they don't quite match, so they wouldn't go together. So we'll put that in the middle. We'll put some of these other things that are extras on their own. So I've got fruit. I've got some tuna. It's a totally different can. You see how short it is. Those are not a match at all. Soup. I'll kind of put those extra things in the middle. And then I have a few things that are different kinds of tomatoes that people cook with, right? So I'm going to put all the ones that look the same. Again, it's a very different can, but the pictures, you can tell, it's like the same thing in the bowl. So I'm going to put those together. Line those up a little bit. There's some more tomatoes. It's red on the can. I'll put all those together. More green beans. And these things are, let's see, what do we have here? Beans, and we have chili. Not the same, don't look the same, and they're not the same thing in the can. But if you're familiar with the grocery store, they're in the same aisle. They're very close to each other, usually. So I'm going to put those together. Okay, so really, what do we end up with? I don't even know if y'all can see, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 different categories today that we're going to group them in. Kelly, you love squash too? Okay, I don't feel so bad for having like 5 cans of squash. So great. I also have fresh squash in the, in the refrigerator to make as well. So that's another fun fact. I'm just going to check to see if anybody had any questions so far. All right. See, Audrey's on. Okay. So that's step 1. So we separated them in like items by color, by picture, things like that. So next, we are going to check the expiration dates. Tell me in the comments if anybody's done this at either at your job that you've checked expiration dates on food, and or if you might have done this at home or just while you're out shopping. Jeffrey, oh, you and Lainey did this at MP stocking. So I was going to go up there and do it in the yellow, one of the yellow rooms, but it has better lighting, but that just didn't work out today. So you might have practiced it at MP, stocking on the baker's rack and all the different canned goods, or making the boxes for people that were in need of food. So that's another way that you might have checked expiration dates. I really don't think you're going to be able to see it on here, but on cans, the expiration date is either at the top. This one's at the top. I really don't know that you can see it because it's dark. Or it's at the bottom of the can. So at least for that, they're usually not on the label. They're on the top or the bottom. So I think almost all of mine are on the top. So I'm just going to look. And here's the thing with expiration dates. Sometimes they're not so easy to figure out. Like, even if you read the date, it says best if used by June 2022. So for some people, that might be easier than others. Some people might think, oh, we're only in 2020 right now, so that's not going to expire for a long time. But some people, it might be harder to figure out. If you have stocking as your job, that's something your job coach could help you with. So we can build tools or little reminders or references for learning the expiration dates so that you can do your job. So June 2022, I'm just going to start with all the yellows first. This one's the same. So I bought those on the same day, I bet. Same here. Want to stock up. Don't want to go hungry. This one's May 2022. So y'all can let me know maybe if it's June and May of the same year, which one needs to be eaten first. June 2022? Interesting. Oh, I've got another one. Is anybody going to say which needs to be used first? The one that says June or the one that says May? My cat's scratching to get out the back door. That's that noise. Hi, Rebecca. Hey, Thomas says he's checked expired labels a long time ago in the old building, Thomas. So you did that at the old building at MP. That's good. So you have some experience there. May. Tim. Whoop, whoop. Tim got it. Thank you, Thomas. Everything's coming in now. So actually May. We're in May right now, and June's coming up. So it's one of those things that you would have to have a reference of looking on a calendar month. So let me just close this. And then I can see everybody. Okay. So, yes, May would need to go first when we start stacking them up. We have one that is, oh, I just found it. This one says June 2020. We're in 2020 right now, right? 2020. We're in May. June is coming up next. So I need to eat this one like soon, right? I don't want it to go bad. So when you're stocking at the grocery store, you're going to make sure and put the new items in the back. So these are the ones that aren't going to expire until 2022. So if I'm putting them on the shelf, I'm going to move all the old stuff to the front, move it to the front, and then these new, brand new things, I'm going to put them in the back. So sometimes you have to reach around the shelf and put them in there. You might have to stack some things up since these all have the same expiration date. And then the things in the front, I need to use these first. That's my June 2020. And so I'm going to stack these. We're going to pretend like they're the same thing. So that's our squash. Our squash is done. Okay? The newer items go in the back. Another thing somebody might do if they're stocking, it's called zoning or facing. They might have to go through the aisles in the grocery store and make sure that all of the labels are facing the same way, so it looks nice and clean and organized in the grocery store. So really, to do that, if it's just messy like this, really you're just going to go through and kind of twist everything where it looks nice and neat and lined up. So that is facing or zoning. Depending on where you are, they call it something different. So that is our squash. So we're going to go through on the next one, same thing. I'm just going to check the expiration date. This one says this one says March 2019. So y'all let me know, March 2019. Is that still good, or do I need to throw it away? Y'all let me know about that one. That's the fruit. This one's 2022. We already said that's good. That's going to stay by itself. And this one is 21. So we're good on the soup as well. One more thing. Yeah, thank you. Monica had a good point. So if you can't remember the months of the year, your job coach can provide you a calendar line to reference. So that's one of the tools I was talking about. And that's something we can put for you to carry in your pocket or on your belt loop, just so you can look at it, you know, whenever you need it. And sometimes I have to do that too. With the alphabet, same thing. I forget. If I'm working fast, I forget which order it goes in. So I think Thomas said throw it away. Jeffrey said throw it away. Thank you all. Thank you, Louisa. Yeah, so what was that? That was the fruit. I have to throw this away today, so y'all are helping me clean out my pantry. Thank you. I'm going to put it to the side, way over there, because it's not going to go on our shelf. If it's something that's expired at work, you have to throw it away. These two are good. They don't match. But another thing I was going to point out is anytime you're stacking things up, you would normally put the little items on top. We would do this a lot if your job is, thanks Kelly, go away, Richie, thank you. If you're stacking boxes, you always want to put the little box on top of the bigger box so it's less likely to fall over. It's a little bit more sturdy that way, but maybe that's another video. But it would be the same thing with canned goods. You don't want it to get too tall and fall over. That would just be a huge mess. So these two are good. I'm going to put them side by side since they don't really match. I'm actually going to skip this one. I don't want it to go too long. So let's do our beans and chili. Okay. Oh my gosh. See, I'm really bad about letting cans stack up. May 2019. Y'all already told me 2019 is no good because we're in 2020. That has to go away now. Yeah, Monica said that if you carry a badge for work or just another lanyard like you do at MP. We can do a reference chart for the dates on that as well. So let's talk a little bit about customer service while you're doing this. I'm over here working really hard, checking expiration dates, I'm stocking, I'm facing and zoning to make sure everything looks nice and neat. What if a customer comes along? Y'all let me know what I should do if a customer comes along. Because I'm really concentrating because I get off in 30 minutes and my supervisor told me I had to do the whole aisle of zoning. And I really want to get out of work on time. Don't want to miss my dart ride or somebody that's picking me up. But a customer comes along. So what should you do if you're really busy, focused on your work, and a customer comes by and asks you a question? What should you do? Better you go and work. Checking expiration dates. We're good there. So y'all let me know, what should I do if a customer comes along and I'm really busy working? So we'll stack those up. They're not quite the same. We'll move on to green beans. I think I'm going to ignore the customer. Is that a good idea? Because I'm really busy. I'm focused, right? August 2020, they got to eat that. That goes in the front. What else? Expired 2019. I'm terrible. Another one? I haven't been eating green beans like I should. Tommy. Hey, Tommy, I didn't even know you were on here. Tommy M said, help them. Yes, you need to help the customer. Thomas said, yeah, let your boss know ahead of time. Yeah, so your boss should know when you are leaving and your schedule, but sometimes you might have to work a little bit extra to finish the job. But make sure your boss knows that, hey, I'm not done yet. Do you want me to clock out or do you want me to finish? But yes, Tommy got it. Help the customer, always help the customer. Even if they don't ask you a question. If they walk by you and you're on the aisle and you're busy working and zoning and focusing on your work, they walk by you, hi, how are you today? Right? You're gonna wanna say hello, at least acknowledge them. That's good customer service. So even if they don't ask you a question, you can still say hi. And if they do ask you a question, you walk them over to what they're looking for. Let me walk you to aisle 14 to find the waters or whatever it is, right? I am going to do one more. We'll finish up our tomatoes. All right. So I don't know the expiration date, 2020, we're good still. How about all these canned goods in 2020? There's a lot of them that expired. 2019, that goes in the reject pile. One more thing, if you're working in a store and something's expired, every store has a different policy. So you need to make sure with your manager on what you do. So we have all these things that are expired, but what do you do with them? You're probably not just going to throw them in the nearest trash can you see. Like I said, every store has a different policy, so you're going to want to double check with your manager on what do I do with the expired cans. Always ask if you're not sure. We're good there. 2020, and last one, we're good. 2020. Okay, again, these are both tomatoes. One can is big, one can is small. I'm going to put the small can on top, so it's a little steady. If I tried to put this on here, it could get a little bit wobbly, and look how, it's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? It's just going to fall down, and then it might burst in the aisle. So, that is essentially stocking, right? One more thing is, I know these are all different, but you just don't want to get too high when you're stocking. If you're stocking on shelves, the shelf will only allow you probably 2 or 3. Actually, probably not 3. I think it's only 2. Because that's too tall and people could knock it over and make a mess. So never go too tall where it could easily get wobbly and fall over. That just creates more work for you. Yeah, Ryan, you help out. Always help out the customer. Any other tips that y'all have before we close up? Any other tips on customer service or stocking that maybe I missed? Because now they're all organized. I don't know that I've faced everything. Let me do some zoning while y'all are commenting. I only have one green bean now. Uh-oh. I'll stop. Do my zoning, labels. Everybody can see what we have. So the customers can get what they want to get and take it to the register. Just looking through. Hi, Amber. Greetings to you as well. Yes, Tim, always check the date. Even when you're at home. Like, I mean, so what? I came up with 5 different things today that were expired that I'm going to have to get rid of. Just because I'm not sure that they're good anymore. So I'm not going to take that risk. Yes, Amber, always customer service with a smile. We talked in another video about customer service with a mask on because everybody's wearing the masks. Let me get mine. It's right here. Because I got a brand new glitter mask. So you might have to talk louder if you're doing customer service through a mask. It's kind of hard to hear me now. But if that's a requirement of your job to wear a mask, you can still smile even though they can't see your smile. They can probably hear you smiling in your voice. That's actually a trick I learned a long time ago. So speak up, say it with a smile. Yes, thank you. Yep, so these are things that you can use at work, at home. Hi, Austin. Checking the expiration date, making sure things are clean and organized. Something I need to improve on in my own pantry, obviously. But just wanted to go through a couple of those things with y'all today. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll follow up on the comments to see if anybody had any other suggestions or questions. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.